Hey guys, this is Reviews and More. This is a very fast video, about 5 minutes long. We're going to basically discuss and compare a $150 gaming style chair, which is a racing gaming chair, so high back, that pillow, lumbar support, at the $150 range versus the sub $100 range. So right there, you see me going up and down, just going back and forth. That's the Respawn gaming chairs in that $150 range. You might find it about $10 more, $10 less, depending on what site you go to, depending on which version it is, because for some people it's a little bit cheaper. Some colors are less in demand. This one was $150 in the store at Sam's. You can also find it a little bit cheaper online other places. And this other one next to it, if you notice right off the bat, just the bottom doesn't look quite as good. This is the sub $100 chair, and I'm not even going to give you a brand on it. I have a video, I'll post it. You'll see the actual quote-unquote brand. This is a El Cheapo Chinese chair, and I say that because if you'll notice, on the red one, which is just off screen, which we'll be fixing in just a moment, it has Respawn on the pillow. They actually paid for embroidery. On the white one over there, the sub $100 chair, they did not. That's a pretty big indicator of what kind of chair this is. It's made in China, bulk manufactured, shipped from China, and then you put your own brand on the box it comes in. There's nothing on this chair that would identify the brand at all. Like, you would have to literally just keep the box and receipt to prove what kind of chair this was. Not that you would worry about it. The way I describe this is that sub $100 chair, that's to see if you even like this style chair. Do you find it comfortable? Do you want to have that high back on you? Do you want to feel something up against your head when you're playing a game? It is very little adjustment allowed on it. It'll obviously lean back. It's got a footrest. I purposely chose two chairs that had all the basic same features, like the footrest, high back, pillow, lumbar support, as well as the ability to roll and move around. The only thing that's different is the as far as the actual functionality, the armrests on the $150 chair are a little more adjustable. They do not go up and down, but they do move with the seat when it reclines. So right here, we're going to notice the first major difference. The pillows are actually fairly similar. They feel about the same. They feel about the same amount of stuffing. But you'll notice very quickly that the chair on the right, the $150 Respawn chair, is a fair bit thicker. Like, I would not want to sit in the white one unless I had that pillow. I actually took the pillow off of the one on the right because it's unnecessary and actually makes my head lean forward a little bit. And it's very, 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 very thick cushioning on it versus that white sub $100 chair, and there's almost no cushioning. It's almost like you're sitting on plastic in parts of it. But it's not all bad. So the $100 or sorry, sub $100 chair, because I think it cost $90 when I bought it, it is under $90. Additionally, if you look here, you'll see it's just not as robust. Those are fixed seats. You can't even adjust the armrest up and down at all. It's a bare bones kind of chair. It's meant to look like a gaming chair, feel like a gaming chair, but I would be hesitant to buy it for somebody that wants to keep a chair for a while. It's almost like an intro market kind of thing. Whereas on the right, you actually have armrests that have cushioning on them. You have the ability to actually recline with the armrest instead of having to stay in the same spot as you recline if you're so inclined to recline. Additionally, this is also about the part where I get to fondle the chairs terribly. So if you're offended by that, just close the video out. The sub $100 chair does not have the same amount of, I'm going to say, detailing on it as far as the stitching and everything. The material does not feel as nice. They're both PU leather, which is basically just fake leather. But as far as the general quality, excellent camera work. It's terrible, awful. I should have edited that out, but it didn't, so here we go. The actual quality of the leather, I think, is much less on the other one. It feels almost kind of scratchy. So versus the $150 chair, which is much more smooth, feels more plush, a little more supple, a little more like leather versus fake leather. The coloring, just how it feels, it came very clean, where I had to do some pretty heavy duty cleaning on the white one, and still it wasn't perfect. Also, if you'll notice, in order to kind of deal with the fact that the sub $100 chair does not have much cushioning, they put that little like ridging on the side to kind of give you something for your legs to touch up against. But here you just see how very thin the padding is on this chair. And if you get online and look at chairs that look like that sub $100 chair, the chief complaint is it doesn't have enough padding. And I think that's really where the money really impacts here. This chair on the right, the Respawn brand chair, a lot of, like, if you sit in it, it feels like a nice comfy chair. It doesn't feel like you're sitting on plastic with a thin sheet of like cheap foam over it, which is what $100 one does. Now, the $100 one, it's not bad. My wife sits in all the time. It's very comfortable. My wife barely weighs more than 100 pounds. It's going to last her a while. If I sat in it for a few months, it would be hot garbage. And here's just a side-by-side, just how different the thickness is. It's just, there's just no real comparison here. It's just a lot, for an extra $50 in price range. And again, you can find the Respawn chair for about 10, 15 bucks less than what I paid for it because I bought it in store. And you'll sometimes find people selling the sub $100 chair for at $100. You can get it as cheap as like $85, $90, depending what location you buy it there. So you're talking about a price range difference of about $50, and you get an awful lot, in my opinion, out of that $50. Just the chair in general is just much more mushy and fluffy and wonderful compared to the other one. So that's my 2 cents on it. They're both good chairs. They both do their job, but the $50 will get you a lot more comfort, especially if you're a little heavier like I am, and that'll kind of take care of you. Have a great day, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.